Boys and girls, I have a treat, an absolute treat, mostly for me. I got one of my dream tractors bought that I've been after for, probably a good 3 years, 2 or 3 years now. Had a want ad out there, really with no luck. Had got a couple other tractors bought through the want ad that were similar, but they weren't it. And stars finally aligned. I saw this tractor on Polk's Labor Day auction, right? No. It was on Polk's just spring fling or whatever auction here a while back there, and it was their last auction ever as Polk's. Got it bought about 2 weeks before the SPPA show, so middle of April, and it actually came in the Friday of the start of the SPPA show, and I unloaded it in a hurry. I truthfully haven't had time much to think about it. Made a couple TikToks and stuff about it, but it is something that I have been after for a long time, and if you know me, you know I like a certain type of case tractor. It's generally a 70 series, and it's an open station. And this one, in my opinion, was the king in the early years. It really was the king of the 70 series in the early years. It is an 1170 open station case. And this one, just by my own dumb luck, also has the factory roll bar or dealer installed roll bar and canopy on it. Now, as you can see, it seems to have a lean. We have a flat tire on the opposite side, which is minor. I've actually got a set of 20.8 38 Firestone deep treads sitting at the farm that can go on this, which is kind of my plan. And got a set of duals found for it already. A guy out at just south of Danbury, Nebraska got a hold of me. He's got duals, which are special duals for this tractor. It takes a special spacer off the hub, and then it's a big old cast center dual, so they are heavy. This thing will weigh a lot when I get it all equipped how I want it. But these are just a gear drive 8-speed high-low, real heavy duty, nothing crazy or anything about that. They use a disc brake that isn't so good. I think these are 1116 fronts, like I said, 18438s on the back. This one's had band duals on it, but I'm gonna put the actual like proper 1170 duals and spacers on it. I've got the remnants of the factory weight bar and stuff here, but not all of it. We can come up with that, I'm pretty sure, between Elmer's and a few other people. I'm sure I can get that located. I also bought on the sale a set of starter weights, the side pieces, the starter weight, and then 4 front weights for a 70 series, which will probably go on like a certain 1070 with an egging cab on big rubber, that now is no longer going to get a turbo. Everybody calm down, even though I have a turbo set up for it. Then I bought, I think, 6 case wheel weights too, because, well, we'll probably need them to keep this thing in the dirt, I would say. We just don't know. Now, this thing does have a very, very massive problem, but it's a problem that leads to a fun solution, and we can explain that. The tractor, big old rod, has a hole in the block from a thrown rod, I assume. Now, I paid pretty good for this. By the time I got this tractor here and everything, I have about $9,000 in it, but I've been looking for one of these for a while, and I mean, I don't know where else you're gonna find one with the roll bar and canopy and have the open station. Everything just makes it perfect for me. It's a first model year, 1970 model year, and these are only made in 70 and early 71, and they were all cast iron nose, which early 70 series are, and this one says 1170 Agri King. On 71 model year and later tractors, it said 451 turbo or 451 cubes if it was like a 1070, and they had some 1170s that were that way, but this one is a 1970 model year. Uses a front steering setup a lot like a 1370 or 1270 with the cylinders up underneath, not so much like the bolster style, so you could run a narrow front like the 1070 and 970 and smaller. And I believe the 1090, which is the next one to pursue. That's a conversation for a whole other day, a 1090 case. But it used a heavy front axle too, but like a 70 rear end. But yeah, hole in the block, which is a big problem. I mean, it is a large problem. I just had a little boy jump out of the back of a pickup, so we got to go make sure he's okay. Did you decide to escape out of the pickup? Yeah, why? Are you okay? Come here, come sit on the tractor. Are you okay? Little stunned? Come here, buddy. Come here. Need a hug? Are you okay? Was that smart? Probably not. Okay, has a hole in the block, right? Well, pretty much any case diesel motor will fit in this thing. Whether it be a 401, which is smaller, a 451, which would be the same, a 504 out of like a 1370 or 1570, or we just go really big and rob a motor out of a four-wheel drive case, because that's probably the fastest way to donate one, because those generally have steering problems and or power shift issues, and nobody wants them. So we could drop a 504 that turns 200 plus horsepower in this thing, which is kind of what I want to do. In my opinion, we could just have a stupid tractor, stupid fun tractor. And I'm already in search of a motor for it to do that, and just turn entirely too much horsepower for what it is. But we can weight it to the gills, which why wouldn't I, right? You want up? Yeah. Okay, up. Up. You go sit in the seat. Oh, okay. But that's the plan. We're gonna just get stupid with it. And truth be told, I have another interesting case coming in, hopefully soon. And we yanked a motor out in 1170, or 1170, the cab one over there, just for that purpose. But that's another day's conversation. It's trading stock. On the back end of this thing, it's two remotes, which are case couplers, 540 or 1000 PTO. I think you just flip it over, and a 3-point. So the back end of this thing is usable, and once you get duals on it and everything, we can row crop with this if I choose to do some 30-inch stuff, pull cultivators if I ever had to, things like that. I love the canopy. This is exactly what I have wanted for a long time. The canopy is a damn hard thing to find, and it's interesting. I believe it's probably a dealer installed canopy because of the cutouts and the fenders there, unless the factory is that crude, which I would doubt. But all this matches up with the Case IH parts book photos and stuff like that. Fender radio over there, reached 4,500 hours on there. Who knows? Toolbox is still here. That's the cover for the air cleaner, which is very obtrusive on these tractors, but that's just part of their fun, I guess. It's really interesting that that is melted like that, but we won't think about that too hard. Careful, buddy. But obviously the motor on this, entirely junk. Just a paperweight. I mean, it'd be a core for a pump and maybe for a few other things, but I mean, it does have a turbo setup on it we could use on a 1070 if we ever chose to. Everybody told me I'm not supposed to do that, but I don't really care. I don't know, we'll have to figure out, make sure all the brakes work once it's running, things like that. These never had good brakes from what I've been told. I'd like to put 14L 16 ones on the front, get it bigger. 20.8 wheels on the back and duals and everything to go with that would be cool. I like I said, I have a set of 4 20.8 38 duals at the farm that were off a 2+2 salvage years ago, and it would make this thing look big and make my 1370 look small, which is, I mean, that's fine. This is more for playing around, I guess. But yeah, I just need to get a motor out of like a 2670 case, or 2690 or 94, or a 2470, 2490, or 4494, I believe is how that works. I'll think about that. But that's, yeah, we just need a 504 turbo motor to put in this and make her work, is the gist of the whole deal there. Just have a stupid tractor. I still need to find front weights, and we'll get those found. These had the frame rails and everything here to beef this thing up, and then they carried front weights that were like on a slider. The more you got, the more you slid the slider out, essentially. Be cool to come up. I think I have a case fender radio that could go on it. It won't have a muffler on it if we get to where I want to go with it. But that's kind of the gist of it. There's your serial number, 86646601170. And yeah, you okay for a minute, Leo? That's the plan. The fenders aren't all busted up and beat up, which a lot of my tractors when they come in are. Still has the original tank on it, which is really cool. We'll probably have to pull that and clean it. It sounded a little full and stale, smells stale, but that's, we can drain that and clean it. But like I said, my other 1170 that has the cab on it, it's actually already in pieces. I have a guy that needs a motor for like a 1270, and we're getting a tractor that I want traded in for it, but there's the motor out of that 1170. You can see it's leaning, laying over there. So we got lots of spare parts for 70 series case tractors all of a sudden, which was needed. I mean, truthfully, as many as I have to have a parts tractor or two does not hurt me. But there's a tractor that has been on my bucket list for a while, and we got it, and I'm really excited. And it'll be a horse. We'll just have to spend the money, get it put together the way I want. But that's just a quick little introduction to this. I might be getting busy here shortly, actually, finally, with planting, so I don't know how many YouTube videos will be out in that amount of time. So I thought, you know, show you this upcoming project. But that's going to be it. I'm on all the social medias again, is at TeamOnTIH. My website's territorialtrading.com. Email's down in the description. You guys have a good one. Take care. Go drag something out of the weeds and get it running.